It is always game day in Cleveland, brought to you locally by Bryant and Smiley One, Northeast Ohio's premier heating and cooling system. All right, Daryl, I want to play a little game with you. Okay, and here's the game.
Ooh, I like games.
Yeah, not this Monday, but next Monday after the Steelers game.
Oh,
The
after
Browns
after the Steelers game. Okay.
after the Steelers game. So it depends on when you're watching this or listening.
So
to
that will be November 20th.
November 20th, or as I like to say, 5 days before Bernie's birthday. By the way, we're recording this on the anniversary of the day that Bernie was released from Bill Belichick. There was some pretty cool stuff on Instagram about it, and they had the newspaper. I was like, oh, that was interesting.
This is National Diminishing Skills Day. Is that what this is?
Yeah. So Phelps told me, good sir. I don't know if he told me on air, so I don't know if I should do it, but apparently,
share it.
What?
Yeah, go ahead and share it. Why not?
Yeah, there's nothing dirty or anything about it. He just said when Bernie found out he was gone, he wrote on one of the polls in Berea in the locker room to his teammates, "You guys are the greatest," or something. Something he wrote like, "You best wishes, good luck to all of you, my friends in the locker room, Bernie Kosar." Right? And apparently Bill had that thing down in like less than 3 hours, already painted. So here's the game we're going to play. Ready? This is after the Steelers game.
Right,
the Browns will be A, 5-5, B, 6-4, or C, 7-3.
I'm going to go B. They'll be 6-4. They're going to split. They're going to lose to the Ravens, but beat the Steelers.
And you feel good about that?
I feel very good about that. Take it to the bank.
Let me check our prize board here. Should that come out, you'll win a bag of nothing. Congratulations.
Okay. Excellent.
A big bag of nothing. So good for you. I'm very proud of you.
Getting a big bag of nothing, so it's okay.
I'm
the league leader in getting the bags of nothing.
First place.
You will get nothing and you will like it.
Oh, Spalding, come on. I tend to want to agree with you that I think they'll be 6-4 after that Pittsburgh game. There is a crazy part of me that has a weird feeling about Sunday's game that is still optimistic and maybe not as tainted as yours because you've been in Berea today.
Well, it's just I'm looking at it practically here. I'm not rooting against them or anything, but I'm just looking at the practical situation. The condition of the offensive line going against that defensive front right now is not very good. And if you're looking, and for as many times as Kevin Stefanski said, as he worked around all the questions about what they're going to do at left tackle and right tackle and all that, like for as many options as they say they might be sorting through, I think that the fact that if Dewan was able to practice on Wednesday, right, and you worked him at left tackle, I'd probably feel a little bit better because, okay, he's getting 3 days of reps at left tackle, right? And whereas now the most he's going to get is 2. And I just feel like full speed reps matter. That's my whole point, right? And the other thing too is you may be better off leaving DeJuan Jones now at right tackle, even if you want to move him to the left side. And I'm not saying the Browns do, but we're just.
Do you think? Don't you feel like that's his future though, Daryl? Do you think that's his future?
It should be, but
okay.
I mean,
take an off season to figure it out, right? That's what you're saying.
Andrew Berry loves him some Jedrick Wills though. So
maybe he could love Jed on the other side.
Well, I mean,
maybe Jed would like to be Jed on the other side.
Well, we're going to find out next offseason if they extend Jed Wills because he's got that final year of the rookie deal that got that option that got picked up and it's fully guaranteed and all that. But that's I think when we're going to find out how much Andrew Berry really loves Jed is if they give him a contract extension. But my point is, I think they're better off just leaving the line the same this week.
Right.
Put keep DeWan on the right side, have James Hudson over at left tackle because you don't have enough time to work DeWan over there. And then maybe next week for the Steelers game, make that switch up and have that going forward. But I mean, there's just, I don't have a good feeling about that line. And, the good news is Deshaun has the ability to run. He's very mobile, right?
Right.
And he's probably going to have to do a lot of that on
Yeah, that scares me because that means there's an opportunity for Deshaun to not take care of the football, and when they don't take care of the football, they turn the ball over.
or
And
or
next thing,
or not take care of himself because he's taking risks.
true. Yep, exactly.
I mean, you took the. I mean that those are the that's the number one thought in my head when I look at this game. Like the most important thing that has to happen Sunday for the Browns, no turnovers. They cannot turn the ball over. The Ravens are very good at creating turnovers, and the Ravens defense is very good at scoring off of turnovers. Okay. So they have to take care of the ball this weekend, because if they don't, I mean, we saw what happened in that first game. You give Lamar Jackson a short field and he will burn your ass every time. That's just what Lamar Jackson does. The other part of this with the Deshaun conversation that we were having in the last segment, Andy, look, I would say the unfiltered, no context, no allowing for understanding of any situation, right? This is why the Browns gave up 6 draft picks and paid him $230 million to go to Baltimore and win this game, to outplay Lamar Jackson, right? But he's not 100%. He's playing through this rotator cuff injury, and came out last week okay in his return. Good to see, but I mean, the unvarnished truth is this is why the Browns went and got Deshaun, for these type of games.
I absolutely totally agree with you. Like, I don't, even if he's hurt, even if there's a situation going on right now, this is why you traded for Deshaun. This is Deshaun Watson's game on Sunday. You want to say that you've reached the next level. You want to say that you have a franchise quarterback. You want to say that he was worth every pick they traded and every dollar you spent. It doesn't matter what's happened to him in the past. He can change every mind this week if he goes out and beats Baltimore and has a Hercules. I don't even know that he has to be Hercules out there. He just has to be efficient this week. Don't turn the ball over. Don't do anything stupid, right? If guys catch balls and he can move the team down the field, I think the defense can do enough to help him if he just has a good game. That's where it's all got to start. Now, they might not be able to overcome Baltimore because they're better, but, man, it all starts with that.
Well, and the other thing too is let's be honest about it. The Browns have done a good job containing Lamar Jackson over the years. The problem is that the Browns don't win the games, right? I mean, they're competitive.
So Baltimore, I'm trying to remember who said this, Daryl, and I'm not trying to cut you off. Somebody from Baltimore, that it was Jamal Lewis, I think, was the one that said it after he had come over to the Browns. He said, when I played in Baltimore, we just knew we had to show up. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing what he said.
Right.
We would show up. All we had to do was play football. And at the end of the day, we knew the Browns would do something wrong that we would capitalize and win the game. And he was right every time.
I mean, the Ravens, okay, so the Ravens, I had to look it up because I want to make sure my numbers were accurate. 13-36. That's what the Browns are against the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, in 10 games against the Browns, he's got 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 100, and he's thrown for 1,590 yards, right?
Right.
So now you average that out. I mean, if you're able to hold him, Andy, to 159, 160 yards a game passing, right? And you're able to hold him to around a touchdown per game.
2, maybe 1, 2. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty good. Now, where he has also hurt the Browns, though, is running the ball. But when you talk about throwing, they've done a good job of containing him. And but again, they don't win the games. Let's set aside the 28-3 loss, okay? Because again, the extenuating circumstance going.
No, I just remember at the end of the last game, they put up these gaudy numbers he has against the state of Ohio between us and the Bengals.
Right. So last December 17th, Browns win 13-3. Remember, they lost in Baltimore. I think it was the game Lamar threw 4 interceptions in that game. and the Browns still lost like 23-20.
Yep.
The Browns won 24-22 in December 2021. End of November 2021, they lose 16-10. Actually, no, I think that was the game because it was low scoring. I think that was the game that was the 4 turnovers. But
Okay.
December 14, 2020, that was the Lamar Jackson had to use the bathroom game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
47-42.
Yeah, so I'll use the bathroom then.
Earlier that season, very non-competitive. The Ravens just absolutely opened a can on them, 38-6. Same with the second matchup in 2019, 31-15. Browns then, this is the game that I look at, 40-25. That was really the only time in the expansion year in which the Browns just kicked the holy you-know-what out of the Ravens, and they did it.
I remember.
That was like one of Baker's greatest games, and it could not have gone better. But my point with reading off some of these scores, Andy, they've been competitive. Like they've lost 33-27, 25-20. They won a 33-30 game. Lost 23-21, 14-6. Like it's not like the Ravens have just absolutely blown the Browns out of the building every time these two teams play. I think that the frustrating thing is when you look at this rivalry, and I use rivalry very loosely because it's basically a one-sided ass-kicking contest.
Right.
They're like the Browns have been really, really competitive. The frustrating part is they just can't win. Remember the kick six, right?
Yes.
It's that to me has been like the frustrating part of this matchup is the Browns have been close in so many of these games to beating the Ravens, and they've shown, hey, we belong on the same field as these guys, and they just haven't been able to win. And when I look at this game Sunday, they absolutely belong on the same field as Baltimore. I just kind of feel like the condition of the offensive line right now, not knowing who's available Sunday, right? And
right.
I have to give the advantage objectively to the Ravens. But I do feel like, and I'm with you, like I came into the week optimistic. Hey, Browns can go down there and surprise everybody and beat these guys. I love what Wyatt Teller said on Wednesday. He said these guys aren't 9-0. Like they're not invincible. Now,
no, and Lamar Jackson still makes mistakes. I mean, but you've got to capitalize on all of them. So we'll see what happens, Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, he said they're a really good team. They're a damn good team. This isn't going to be easy, not a cakewalk. But hey, man, that's why we play the game. And that I'm not gonna. I'll be honest. I'm not going to pick the Browns to win, and I hope I'm wrong.
We all do, Daryl. We all do.
Thanks,
Daryl.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a nail biter. Save your fingernails for Sunday.
I said the same thing today. I agree with you. It's going to come down to the wire. Let's see if the Browns can take one at the wire. For our producer, Meredith Kane, he is Daryl Ryder. Make sure you check us out at 92.3 The Fan all the time. And make sure you're reading Daryl's work at 92.3thefan.com as well. Again, we thank Meredith and we thank you for listening on the Odyssey app and watching us on YouTube. It's always game day in Cleveland.